Shalom, family. Hey, we back with another one. They got the bootlickers out here now trying to clean up this Charlie Kirk mess. Now, shouldn't now one of these folks be out there trying to clean up these white on white crime? But hey, see, this was uh, the enemies do. They'll put these black faces out here to clean up their shit. Let's get started. This bootlicker him though, he's something serious.
We need to talk. In the aftermath of a horrific act of violence, the conversations we have with one another, they're important. The big story this week is an act of political violence that shocked so many people.
See, they trying to make it political. Hey, the killer said that he was tired of Charlie Kirk running his mouth, spilling racism all over the place. And see, these people gonna try to beat around the bush that this was what this was really about.
The assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Political violence is wrong, period. No one should die because.
Okay. Hey, Martin Luther King didn't have to die. And people that look just bootlickers that look just like you didn't say nothing. Killed by the very people you up here defending. Malcolm X didn't have to die. And they all died for their political views and their opinions.
Because of their opinion, period. You can disagree with what Charlie Kirk said during his life. No one should celebrate his death, period. No complexity there.
You mean like they celebrated out there? You bald head, milk dud head fool.
Political leaders are now vowing to continue sharing and promoting his views. Now, Kirk is being lauded for encouraging conversation.
Yeah, we know they're gonna keep on pushing his racist ideology, as they have done for 400 years plus.
He's being held up as an example of how to engage in political discourse. The progressive New York Times opinion writer Ezra Klein says that Charlie Kirk was practicing politics the right way.
Yep, he was practicing white supremacy the white way.
Conservative House Speaker Mike Johnson this week put it this way.
He never shied away from debate, but he did it in the right spirit, and I think that's what we've got to get back to.
Translation: he never shy. He never was afraid to speak how he really felt about these niggers out here. He never shied away. He did it in Satan's spirit, in our Father's spirit.
No, it wasn't personal.
When you get in your car, you just need to put your location in the trip planner. It recommends where you need to stop, for how long, park.
No, it wasn't personal.
Hey, racism is always personal when it comes to black folks. And we seen that, y'all. We seen that for 400 plus years. All the red line and all just the bullshit. So it's always personal. Hey, the judgment is personal too. Yep.
So on this show, I focus on the impact that big stories have on communities of color, right? And the perspective from communities.
Hey, check this out. Hey, notice how they used to call up people of color. Hey, they calling this rainbow community people of color now. Your LGBTQ. They took that phrase now and put it on to the LGBT people. Listen to this coon right here though. This bootlicker, this house nigger right here.
Color on those stories. And through that lens, there's part of the conversation that we have not had on air. Many of the arguments that Kirk made in those conversations were hurtful to people of color, black people in particular.
See there? He said people of color, black people particular. And he said, make sure he said faggot community first. That rainbow, people of color, y'all get it? They calling this rainbow community people of color now. See, these people ain't got nothing new. They take old words they can put on us and label it in different other shit on different other people.
So we'll try to unpack that and have that conversation here as we talk about how to move forward. Joining us this morning, the former district attorney.
You want to know how we move forward? We can't. As judgment on, and y'all gonna catch that judgment too. At these three bootlicker docile motherfuckers right here.
For DeKalb County, Georgia, Robert James,
The
conservative
three
commentator, and
dumbasses.
Republican Georgia Election Board member Janelle King, and Renee Hall. She's the president of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, or NOBLE.
And I ain't doing shit.
Thank you so much, all of you, for being with me. And let me start with you.
Executive of Black Law Enforcement. Bitch, please.
Robert, what are you expecting as potentially additional charges, and do you see federal charges on the way?
Well, federal charges are possible, but typically when you have a murder case,
Hey, listen to how nice this guy talking. He don't want to say shit bad about the murderer.
it's prosecuted by the local DA. That's the low-hanging fruit. The state legislature has passed statutes. Anytime the federal government gets involved, there has to be jurisdiction, so they don't automatically have jurisdiction when a crime is committed. So it's going to have to come under some sort of crime that engages interstate commerce that gives the federal government a stake in the claim.
Do you think this is ripe for a death penalty case?
I would not be surprised if the local prosecutor's office sought the death penalty.
Come on, we know damn well they ain't gonna seek no death penalty, dude. Now, had he been black though, he'd been already dead. And this would have been let's say it was the early 1900s. Hey, he'd already been dead had he been black.
Would not be, but I think you really sort of have to reserve your opinion on that until you hear more facts. Whether this individual was mentally ill.
See there?
What was going.
There they go. Mentally ill bullshit. They always go to mentally ill. Y'all think mentally ill would have came up had there been a black suspect? I think not.
Going on in his head, what was his motivation? Clearly it's a murder if it's proven, right? Yeah. But when you start getting into death.
Again, the suspect said he was sick of Charlie Kirk spilling racism. And see these people trying to make it about everything but that though.
You start looking at the circumstances around the murder and why the murder took place.
And so many of those questions, obviously at this point in the investigation, do not have answers, and sources say that Robinson is not speaking with investigators. Let me come to you, because this was an assassination at an outdoor venue. We remember last July the attempt on the life of President Trump at an outdoor venue. As former law enforcement, former chief as well, are these places that these rallies can happen in the future? How does you secure these as moving forward?
Well, that's a great question, Victor. And I think first we need to start with the fact that political violence cannot be the language of disagreement. When we look at where these places are held, Charlie Kirk was not an elected official. He was an individual.
So why is this guy having a flag, Lord that have staff, and with a flag draped over the collar, huh?
Who was a voice in the community. So the security around those venues were different than if it were a congressman or a president of the United States. So what we have to focus on is what is the climate at the time of the individuals who are speaking or who are going to be present at these locations. There needs to be a security assessment done around those particular individuals. Usually that happens if that is an elected official. Because he was not, those security measures were not in place, and it was basic for a college campus.
Hey, y'all think one of us could just go out there spilling racist hate about white folk like Charlie Kirk was doing to black folks? I don't think so.
And this is why the individual had the opportunity to commit this heinous act.
Janelle, talk to me about climate. You, as I said, Georgia Elections Board 2024, you all tried to make some changes to rules before the election. What was that like? Did you receive threats as a conservative black woman? I imagine that you stand out.
Hey, watch how they let it be talking. She gonna be talking like it's okay to receive threats from white master. Like she just gotta be docile, like the weaklings that they are.
about the reality?
Yeah, it's really hard watching this. If you know Charlie, you know that he is someone who pushed values, and the thing about it is,
What value? Man, you stupid Laos, whatever you is.
us being a conservative voice in this world, unfortunately, it feels like death threats just comes with the territory. I've gotten them. My friends have gotten them. I'm pretty sure
Listen, she
by
proud to
the
get
end
death
of the
threats
day,
from
I
Massa.
may have more. The fact of the